Panther people, what up? The Carolina Panthers wide receiver room is about to be a gladiator movie. Also, merch announcement. Going on, you watching Panthers Post. Thanks for joining. Man, I cannot thank you guys enough for watching my draft coverage leading up to the draft. Not just on draft weekend, but the constant previews of the positions of need, the players that we're spotlighting, the players that we want on the team, talking to a former NFL scout who's getting a ton of heat, ton of praise right now at the same time after what happened with Shedeur Sanders. But I appreciate everything you guys have done to boost the awareness of the channel. There were so many Panthers creators out there. They all did a friggin' amazing job. And it seems like every single day there are new Panthers creators out there, whether it's on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. They're everywhere. As JC Horn said towards the end of the season, that bandwagon's getting filled right now. You better hop on right now, because when this team gets good, whether it's this year or next year or the year after that, whatever it is, there won't be any room. And I love that the amount of Panthers creators out there, we're only going to make each other better, and we're all bringing different kinds of content, different types of opinions, different types of vintage stuff. Everyone's into the Panthers vintage right now because a lot of these content creators are, like in my case, in their 30s, and they yearn for the days of the 90s Panthers merch, as you can probably see from what I'm wearing. Speaking of merch, a little bit more a little bit later, but I just want to thank you. Thank you so much. My goal this year, kind of like Ashton Hall, baby, 10,000. Get another 10,000. Trying to get 10,000 subs by the end of next season. And who knows, maybe we're talking actual playoff football and not talking about the draft. Side note, if you didn't already Google in 2026, way too early mock draft, you're not a real Panthers fan. I did. It's fine. They got an offensive tackle. I'll take it. And not picking in the top 5. I'll take that. Or in the top 10. Double take that. Anyways, I thought I was done talking about draft coverage or anything like that. Obviously not, because the Panthers had 17 undrafted free agent spots, and they picked up a couple of dudes who their names might sound familiar. Number one. Now, this is a name that I thought it was bound to happen. It's destiny. I personally, I wasn't even sure if he was actually draft eligible, but I did see him on a couple of mock drafts, and he always went undrafted. And I just never saw his name. He was always scrolled all the way down, and that's Mushin Jr. joining the Carolina Panthers as an undrafted free agent out of Texas A&M. Obviously, his dad is Mushin Muhammad, and take you kind of behind the curtain a little bit. That Sports Illustrated cover, I've talked about it before in previous episodes, with his dad telling everyone to be quiet. That is when it became, because there was no NFL Network at the time. I could not get ESPN here in Canada, but I got Sports Illustrated. And when I saw that dude in that uniform on like the grocery store shelves, I was like, who is that guy? He looked like he was looking right at me. Now, I didn't become a fan right away, but I became, the seed of fandom was planted. And then that year, watch a Super Bowl, Deshaun Foster fell in love with his aesthetic as a running back. I always try to get as dark of a visor as possible. Tried to get the exact same grill. I called it the Ricky Williams grill at the time, but I thought it looked awesome. And that's when it really started to click for me. And of course, Steve Smith was a player on the Panthers in that roster. And his infectious personality and his talent as well just really started it for me. So really cool that Mushin Muhammad is now part of the team. Now we got 2 bloodlines on the team. We got him. We got JC Horn. That camp battle should be pretty darn good. The Panthers picked up a veteran wide receiver, another veteran wide receiver, to add to the one that already has Adam Thielen on it and David Moore, and that's Hunter Renfrow out of Clemson. They won't draft Clemson players, but they'll pick up free agents. And honestly, I can't believe the man's 30. I still remember him catching the game-winning pass, I think it was from Deshaun Watson in the national championship game. So in my head, he's still like 23. I can't believe he's in his 30s. Took a year off from football. Now he's back at it. And this wide receiver room just got really competitive. Not only do you have Tetairoa McMillan, who obviously is going to be starting week 1. You have Jimmy Horn, who's going to be there. He's going to be fighting for a roster spot to be a returner, just be that scat guy. And then you got Hunter Renfrow, who's there, who's kind of the same stature, thicker a little bit, obviously. Jimmy Horn is about like 179 pounds, 5'8". Hunter Renfrow, not the biggest dude, but he's not a burner. So it's almost going to be like Hunter Renfrow and Adam Thielen in terms of the possession receiver, the slot receiver. Yes, the Caucasian persuasion as well. But because there's a cap, right? No, I'm joking. But so those two guys will be battling it out. everyone wants David Moore's job because everyone knows out of, Tetairoa McMillan, Xavier Legette, Adam Thielen, Jalen Coker, David Moore is kind of like that fifth man out. And so that roster spot is a valuable one. So whether it's to Jimmy Horn, Hunter Renfrow, Mushin Muhammad Jr., the third, it's up to them. It's up to them. Do they want it? They also picked up some other undrafted free agents as well who could also make noise. But these are the name brands. These are the name brands that we're going to be looking at during camp, which unfortunately fans will not be able to watch. So that's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be a lot of fun to take a look at to see just who comes out on top. And this reference has already been made 1,000 times. But if you guys have seen The Dark Knight, if not, what the hell's wrong with you? And how old are you? When the Joker has the other gang member guys in his pool hall, cracks the stick, throws it down to 3 guys, be like, we're going to have open tryouts. That's what's happening. Like week 1, I want Dave Canales to show up with a Joker face on. I want him to get like 2 pool sticks, crack them, send them to this wide receiver room, have Tetairoa just kind of watch, have Tetairoa, don't want to piss off his mom, T-Mac, Nalo. I want him and Xavier Legette and like Adam Thielen to just like watch and see who comes out on top because that's going to be our guy. Also, the kind of theory has been put out there because of the edges that they picked up, as well as some of the free agent pickups. Does that make Jadeveon Clowney expendable? Apparently, it's been known now that they've been shopping Jadeveon Clowney out to other teams, maybe to try to trade him before the draft or during the draft. And our friend on Twitter, name is escaping me right now, suggested, what if Adam Thielen is the same guy? I don't think so. I don't think the Panthers are going to try to trade away Adam Thielen. He wants to come back to this team. Not saying Jadeveon doesn't, but they're paying Adam Thielen to come back to this team 1 year. And it's not a nothing contract either. So I think they still want him around. I think he's good for the locker room. He's good for Bryce. But again, it is a business. If Hunter Renfrow suddenly outperforms Adam Thielen, if Mushin Muhammad Jr. suddenly outperforms him, if Jimmy Horn is like our guy, I could totally see a reality where David Moore and Adam Thielen are not on this team and they either get cut or they get traded for like a late round pick. So again, it's going to be super interesting to see, super fun. I can't wait for training camp. It's still April and it's not for a couple months. Cannot wait. Of course, lots of stuff to talk about leading up to that. Already saw the change in the logo, change in the focus of this team. I am reflecting the focus and the momentum of this team. We're not playing around anymore. We are laser focused like Dan Morgan on the draft. That was the purpose of that logo change. It's just a mind frame setup that's a little bit different heading into this year. And so with that, I want to reward everybody who has followed me since 2020, followed this team since whether it's the very beginning, whether it's 2003, whether it's 2011, whether it's 2015, 2017, whenever it was. If you decided to join in on this team when at the beginning of the Matt Rule era, this is for you. This is my latest piece of merch. Wabam! So yes, we're going 90s vibes here with this shirt. I designed it with my brother who has worked on multiple Marvel movies. So we love comic books. We also love that 90s nostalgia that we see in those like character headed, Panthers, like oversized Panthers, grabbing footballs, ripping footballs apart, wearing shoulder pads. And that's where we're coming through with this. And this Panther is jacked up. I would test him for HGH or whatever else, but you know what? I'm going to let it slide. He is jacked up and resilient from being a Panthers fan for so long. In particular, the last couple of years, he has built up a scar tissue around him. He's been working out, doing compound lifts, deadlifts, squats, all that stuff to get absolutely jacked. He is pounding that drum because Panther fans keep pounding that drum as fans. We get ridiculed on social media. We get ridiculed on the national networks, other team YouTube channels, all that stuff. We get clowned. We've been clowned for years. Anytime I see Matt Rule, I feel dead inside. This is for you guys. We're resilient. We've been through this. Look how ferocious this guy is. Let's bring this thing back to the 90s when we're a fearsome defense. It's happening. It's being built right before our eyes. So that's on the back. On the front is the brand new Panthers Post logo. So you can represent this channel when you're out there. So when you're out there at Sycamore Brewery or wherever right before game day and someone sees that shirt, yo, where'd you get that? Is that from the team store? No. This is from a podcast. This is from a YouTube channel that I watch, and I've been watching it for the last couple of years. I'm a real fan because real Panther fans go on YouTube. They're not watching about ancient Rome or anything like that. No, they're watching Panthers content. And no one talks about Panthers content more than your boy and the whole handful of other awesome channels that are out there. Also, it's a long sleeve shirt. That's the only option. The reason why it's long sleeve, I know it gets a little warm in Charlotte in the beginning of the season, but as an out-of-state, out-of-country fan, by that time, it's fall. It's autumn. And so you want something that's a little bit cooler. You can still rock it under a jersey. You can rock it under a Patagonia vest if that's your look. Rock it under a hoodie, anything. A sleeveless hoodie, or just as is when you're sitting around the house. This thing, it just has a great look on it. Graphic tees are back in a big way. And so this long sleeve, it's going to fit a little baggy. It's a bit longer. I haven't even gotten it yet. I have to put in the order myself. Once I get it, I'll have another video. I'll try it on, all that. You'll see how it looks. I'm like 5'11" and a half, almost 6 feet, 205 pounds. I know it doesn't look it from the waist up, but 205, muscle, baby. So on me, it's fitted in the right places, on the shoulders, right here on the deltoids, but then it's kind of loose fitting, nice, comfortable, regular fit everywhere else. This is Comfort Colors. I believe our boys over at For Panther Fans Only, their Carolina Reaper shirt, also Comfort Colors. So if you have that shirt already, imagine that, but long sleeve. And I love it. I love making merch. Let me know about the new wide receivers in the room. Let me know about the number 4 and Tetsuo McMillan. Again, appreciate you guys. See you guys soon.